I'm Vince Cable. I've been a Member of Parliament for this constituency, including Whitton, since 1997. I'm bidding for another term. But I'm also a member of the Coalition Cabinet. I still am, as it happens, even during this election period, and Secretary of State for Business Innovation Skills, which is oversight of business, industry, universities and colleges and science.
Dr. Cable, thank you. What would you say are the biggest issues facing the country at the moment? Is it business or defence perhaps, immigration, the economy? What do you think?
Well, I think undoubtedly the biggest issues is economic recovery. We've had 5 years in which the coalition government, of which I've been part, has made a significant contribution to turning the economy around from a disastrous position. But you know, we're only some way there. We've got better employment position, economy is growing, but we need productivity growth to raise people's real incomes, and that needs lots of investment in skills and science, the kind of things I'm doing in the business department. It needs sustained effort.
Yes, I understand that, but I would say we have little control over global oil prices and US interest rates, or even the QE in the Eurozone. What do you feel Britain can do in face of these matters beyond our control?
Well, as you say, we're no longer a colonial power. We don't run the world. We have to live within it, but we have to find a way as a country of earning a living. And that's why we've got to focus on trade. I've spent a lot of my time as Secretary of State going around countries like Russia, China, India, Brazil, Turkey, Korea, building up British trade, and with some success. I think we've got to maintain our position in the European Union. A lot of companies invest here because we are part of the European single market, and creating uncertainty of that would be very, very unhelpful.
I noticed the Lib Dems are majoring on education this time. Isn't that rather nervous territory for you, bearing in mind your record in the past?
Not at all. I think it's absolutely right nationally and locally. I mean, locally we have a very highly educated population in this constituency, and I think education is top of their concerns. It's very, very important for the future of the country. We invest in skills and proper, broad education. The Dems have made commitments on maintaining levels of spending, which is an acute problem in this area because the borough is short of money for schools. And one of my first biggest commitments as MP would be to ensure that we get proper support for local schools and they get adequate school places. And of course, as a Secretary of State, I'm boosting universities and colleges and apprenticeships.
So why should the people of Whitton vote for the Lib Dems?
I think they should vote for me for two reasons. One is I have been, I think, a conscientious and successful local MP. Many people tell me that. I've helped about 12,000 individuals in my period as an MP, worked with local community groups in Whitton and elsewhere, and that's my top priority. But I think it's also important for the country that we have a sensible, moderate, middle-of-the-road party properly represented in Parliament, anchored in the centre ground of politics to stop the country veering to the extremes of left and right.
Is there anything that particularly relates to Whitton you'd like to share with us?
Well, I thought Whitton has got a great sense of community, perhaps more than any other parts of the constituency, and there's some really good things happening here that probably aren't sufficiently recognised. The Home Link Centre, for example, the daycare respite for people with dementia is a brilliant model for the country as a whole. Very good schools. Twickenham Academy has been through ups and downs, but it's now completely rebuilt and getting off to a fresh start. Some very good local primary schools. One of the issues in which I'm involved at the moment is trying to stop the Turing School being located here without access for local parents. Either it should be here as a Whitton school, or it should be in Teddington parents. The council have got that very badly wrong.